Welcome back to Optimized Health, where we're making easy, healthy, and delicious meals. Today we're going to do a fun recipe we've been wanting to share with you. It is a quick and easy keto, high protein cereal. And we've opted to do a chocolate similar to like a cocoa puff ball. And what we're going to need to have for this is this sort of, it just really makes it faster. You can certainly roll the balls of little dough out, but I think that it would just be more efficient if we use the melon baller, or it's like a little cookie dough measurer. You can use it for that sort of thing, or even scooping ice cream. And it's a pretty useful little gadget to have around. I'm adding to about 1 tablespoon of melted coconut oil, just a drop of concentrated vanilla, and then I have this cake batter flavor that just helps to bring out the yumminess in a lot of baked goods. I got this at a specialty shop. I'm not sure if I can recommend that because I don't know if they're open now, but a place that I like to get a lot of my stuff is Loran Oils, and I'm sure they have some other really good options. This is going to be natural stevia. I'm adding about 2 teaspoons. This is going to be pretty sweet because we are going to be adding some cocoa and some protein powder. So we want to sweeten all of our flour and then our cocoa, which is unflavored, and it's a raw organic cocoa that I like to use. This is going to help boost the health benefits and the chocolatiness of the recipe. You're only going to need about a tablespoon because we do have a really good protein powder. Kind of mix this in and let it melt so it's more evenly distributed this way. And I have here about approximately 1 cup of my proprietary blend, which is an almond coconut flour blend. And I'm gonna get, you can use any sort of protein powder, just a heaping scoop here. For ours, this protein has about 20 grams per scoop. So for 2 scoops, that's going to make our cereal, which is going to come out to be about 2 servings. I'm sorry, about 4 servings of cereal, possibly a little bit more, depending on how much we want. And I'm going to do about half of this because I'm saving the other half for the next recipe in this video series, which is also going to be a cereal option. So I'm mixing some of this stuff together before I add what we're going to do for our liquid. I'm choosing to use a seltzer water, and you could use any flavors. If you're not doing a chocolatey undertone, you might be able to get away with something fruity, and that can help add to any sort of fruit flavor. You could flavor this cereal any way that you want. So I've chosen the chocolate and the chocolate protein powder, but you could use other candy flavoring oils or other baking flavoring oils and other baking flavoring mixes. And the seltzer water really helps to bring out some of that flavor. So sometimes I think it's a nice pairing to have a black cherry flavor with chocolate. And I like to use this in my brownies. This is going to be about 2 or 3 tablespoons. to get this to a nice consistency. This mix already did have leavening added, and it was about half of a teaspoon of baking powder and then about a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Just gonna stir this in. This to get a little bit thicker. It might take a second. Don't want to mix too much though, so let's see if that's going to turn into a nice dough, or might add a little bit more so it's sticky because of the protein powder. So we want it to get a little more cohesive, so I'm going to add coconut powder. Sorry, coconut flour. And this is just an organic coconut flour. And that's going to be about a tablespoon. That really helps to bind things up and soak up a lot of liquid, so it ends up really helping dough come out how you prefer it to be. It's looking better. It's pretty thick now. Okay. So to get this a little closer, we do another approximately 1 more tablespoon here. Okay, it's a little doughy. It doesn't have to be fully mixed in. So this is a lot more firm and just a little sticky here at the bottom where it's in the bowl, but I think that's a good consistency. So I've preheated a pan on a low heat, and I'm gonna get my scooper and just get a chunk, drop it in. You might have to give it a nice tap to roll it out, and we'll just chunk it into the pan that way. They don't have to be perfect shapes. So I'll show you in a second how these are coming out. So it's helping us form these roundular, you know, just kind of keeping them contained as far as a little ball, so they're going to cook up more evenly. And if you like your cereal to have a kind of uniform size and shape, you could also, if you don't want to scoop it out and make balls, you could do like just a sheet pan and make a thin sheet and then cut them to size. It might come out square that way. So I'm gonna bake these on the stovetop for about 10 minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes on kind of each side, just kind of rolling them or kind of flipping them, making sure they're cooked pretty evenly. There's not much in here that needs to be cooked as far as like food safety. I didn't use egg, so we're just wanting to get them a little crispy on the outside so they have that sort of cereal consistency. So let us come back once we have this pan of cereal done, and it's looking like it's about maybe an 8-minute prep for about 2 to 3 servings of cereal. So looking forward to showing you what we've got in a few minutes. You should talk to your doctor, healthcare provider, or veterinarian to see if any of these recipes, suggestions, or contents of these videos are right for you. Nothing contained in these videos are intended to be taken as medical advice. Use at your own risk. Welcome back, guys. All right, so we've got our cooked up Cocoa Puffs. They are very fluffy and moist. If you want to make them a little crunchier, and if you tend to eat them with milk and they don't, if you're not a fast eater and they get a little soggy, you could cook these in an oven. Or another quick trick is to pop them in the microwave and to just watch that closely and maybe do like 40 seconds at a time and just see as they're getting a little more crunchy. But these have a nice little crunch, as you can hear, as they plop into the bowl here. So yeah, this is gonna be, that's about maybe 1 serving. These are kind of bigger puffs. So I think we made about 3 servings with about 50 grams of protein total. So it's about 15 grams of protein per serving in this. And the fat count is pretty minimal. It's only from our almond flour and from a little bit of coconut oil. So maybe like 10 grams of fat per serving also. So I hope you guys try it out. Let us know what you think. And please share, like, and subscribe. Thanks.